Well, definitely, this is a major impact, and I also want to just take a couple of moments to highlight the comments that Mr. Kumaraswamy, the Minister of Heavy Industries, had said. His press conference is going on right now, and our colleague Tushar is giving us some highlights. Now, what is essentially the key concern here is that they've given the outlay of the scheme across categories. So, the breakup is roughly around 1,700 odd crores will be for these electric two-wheelers, roughly 500 odd crores for hybrid ambulances, 900 odd crores for electric three-wheelers, and 4,300 odd crores for electric buses. Now, the reason I want to focus is because electric cars, as my colleague said, is not included in this particular scheme, and the rationale behind this is that electric cars attract a lower GST of just 5% versus roughly 28% on normal cars and 43% on 43 to 48% on the bigger and the hybrid cars as well. So since this is already getting the benefit of lower GST, that's the reason electric cars has not been included. That's what Mr. Kumaraswamy had to say. Apart from that, the subsidy on electric two-wheelers has been reduced from 10,000 kilowatt hour previously to 5,000 now, and this is slightly negative because the 10,000 scheme was just introduced in the month of April on the first in the new EMPS scheme, which had come after the FAME scheme as a temporary halt stop. Now, this is also a key negative for electric two-wheeler players, the likes of Ola Electric, Bajaj Auto, as well as TVS, because the incentive for purchasing an electric scooter has dramatically been reduced over the last 6 months. Now, even though for the electric, this is if you purchase the scheme in the first year, an electric scooter in the first year is 5,000 kilowatt. If you do that the next year, which is roughly FY26, it goes down further to roughly 2,500 rupees a kilowatt hour. Generally, an electric scooter is about 3 kilowatts, so your maximum discount is up to 7,500 to 10,000 rupees. Finally, the subsidy on electric three-wheelers, it's coming at roughly 50,000 rupees per kilowatt hour in the first year, and that halves in the second year. So in the morning, we had highlighted the electric four-wheeler makers will be impacted by this since they're not included. I think based on this particular new development, electric two-wheeler makers also won't be very happy with the 50% reduction in subsidies going forward compared to the same time in the last 6 months. E-buses, we are still awaiting some more details on how it is, but e-buses seem to be the most favorable here. Back to you.
Thanks a lot for that, Puneet. In fact, we spoke to Nishant Arya of JBM Auto and Mahesh Babu of Switch Mobility about the scheme and how they aim to build on the momentum. Listen in.
So I think definitely, so today also we are at about 35 to 40% market share with our current order book and projects executed on ground across the country. So definitely we would be looking forward to harness this opportunity because about 40% plus of the whole scheme of 10,900 crores has been allocated for 14,028 buses, which is the most substantial part. And at the same time, it's quite heartening to see that new segment of electric trucks and e-ambulances have also been introduced here. Plus a very big part which would play a very critical role of a catalyst is that 72,000 chargers which will be set up would reduce the range anxiety of the end customer quite substantially, because we are selling to private customers and to different STUs. So I think it would play a very critical role.
Already we have a product for about 25-seater to about 65-seater in the market. We are the only and unique OEM to have a double-decker electric with air condition running in the country that has about 65 seats. And we have a range between 20 to 65. Our intention in the next 3 years is to play in all the fields from 13-seater to 65-seater. As you know, we have also light commercial vehicles, which is Switch IV3 and 4. We have about 6 to 7 products in the market. We are looking at bringing every year about 2 products in the next 3 to 5 years to meet the customer requirements. And as we see, these incentives to the customers will only enable state transport undertaking and private in the bus segment, and for scrapping in the truck segment. So we are fine. Actually, the total cost of ownership break-even has come in already for both buses and light commercial vehicles without incentives. But incentives will make more adoption. Today, bus is about 3.5% adoption in electric, and LCVs are less than 1%. We are expecting this to go up, which will give a boost to the environment, to the customers, as well as to the industry.